What's up, class? Professor Keefe here once again with another lesson. Always remember, it's not cancel culture, it's accountability culture. What's up, everybody? It's Keefe and you're watching the Weekly Ritual, Ghost Cult's news program, right here on YouTube. Let's get started. If you're new to the channel, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe and support GhostCultMag.com, a small business. We publish 3 videos every week. In case you missed it, features at Ghost Cult Magazine. First up on the features this week, we chatted with Bill Champlin right here on our YouTube channel. Bill, if you don't know, is a legend of rock and pop music with over 50 years in the business. He's best known for his time in Chicago, where he spent 30 years writing and singing lead and penning many hits for himself and the band and other superstars. Bill's new album, Livin' for Love, is out now. We also talked to concert photographer Smitty Neal, and we talked to Smitty all about his new book, Beyond the Pit, that's available for pre-order right now at the link below, and we talked to him about his lengthy career as a concert photographer, his thoughts on the pandemic, and what the future of concert photography might look like when it's all over. On the podcast front, we talked to Frankie Blackfire from Sodom. That's right, the thrash metal legend talked all about their recent album, Genesis 19, and his time out of the band for almost 30 years and what he's been up to, as well as his time in Creator. And now, the news rundown. The story everybody's talking about this week is Marilyn Manson. On Monday, February 1st, actress Evan Rachel Wood, Manson's former fiancé and longtime partner, made startling allegations against the singer and icon about alleging sexual abuse and mental manipulation for many years. Their relationship started when Manson was 36 and she was just 18. 11 other women and many others in the business and associates of Manson have come forward against him, citing instances where they saw things and looked the other way or instances of abuse. And obviously this is very troubling. As I said many times, the rock and metal scene has yet to have really its watershed Me Too movement like the film industry has, and Manson being the most high-profile person ever to be accused of these things in our scene. Obviously, this is major news. He was immediately dropped from his record label, Loma Vista Recordings. He was immediately dropped from his agency, which has repped him in movies and film. He was dropped from both his television shows that he's in production on, both American Gods and Creepshow. And the police were summoned to Manson's house, where they reportedly swarmed his residence for a mental welfare check to check on him after a friend was concerned, but he apparently was okay. We will continue to monitor this situation and bring you more news on it as we have. As we've said many times here, there is no place for an unsafe place for anyone in our scene, and we need to stamp out abusers always. Next, we bring you the continuing story of John Schaefer of Iced Earth. Obviously, as you know, John was part of the insurgency on the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. As of yet, he's still in prison in Indiana, awaiting extradition to Washington, D.C. to be charged with 6 federal crimes for his part in the riots. But news this week about John mainly centers around his longtime friend and musical collaborator Hansi Kirsch of Demons and Wizards, who he knows for over 35 years. Hansi has formally quit Demons and Wizards and for his part will not participate in any projects in the future, citing that he was very disappointed about the recent events. Obviously, we have yet to hear from John himself, which we would welcome to hear something from him if he gets the chance. On to some good news. Bandcamp Friday is back today, Friday, February 5th. Please support independent and even major label bands on Bandcamp and labels and DIY places. Hey, Ghost Cult has a Bandcamp. We have a compilation there. Support these artists. All your money goes to the artists and bands and labels today because Bandcamp has waived their share. Fans have paid artists over $666 million historically using Bandcamp and almost $16 million in just the last month. Some more good news on the concert and festival front. As we move into 2021, we've had a lot of cancellations already. However, on the good news front, Danny Wimmer Presents, one of our favorite organizations, they put on massive concerts and festivals, have announced their festival slate for 2021. And in addition to a new partnership with Inkcarceration Fest in Ohio in the summer, they are going to put on Welcome to Rockville, Louder Than Welcome to Rockville, Louder Than Life, and Aftershock Sacramento. We're super pumped about those. We always cover those. Sonic Temple and Epicenter are going to take the year off, so bummer about those. Refunds are available at their site, new ticket options are available soon, and bands and lineups are going to start getting announced. Of course, we already know some of these festivals will feature Metallica headlining 1 or 2 nights, and Aftershock Sacramento also features My Chemical Romance's comeback show. This may be the first big festivals of the year. More good news, this time about Courtney LaPlante of Spiritbox. She is launching her very own podcast, and you can hear episode number 1 wherever you listen to pods. Good for a Girl is out now, and it's going to highlight and feature women-centric artists and themes and discuss these things. I think this is rad. Spiritbox is one of our favorite bands. We talk about them all the time as they push toward their upcoming new album. Lots of stuff going on in the world of Black Sabbath. Last week, an unreleased demo version of Heaven and Hell featuring Ronnie James Dio was released by the estate of former Sabbath keyboard player Jeff Nichols, and it was awesome to hear this rough demo version of the song, which featured Nichols on bass. Really cool stuff. Obviously, we know that Heaven and Hell came out about a year later from 1979 and rocked the world. In other Black Sabbath news, the deluxe version of Volume 4 is coming soon, and a new remastered version of Changes came out. That's right, I'm going through changes. That's right, you know you want to hear it. You don't want to hear me sing it. You want to hear Ozzy sing it, or Charles Bradley. But it was really awesome to hear this new remastered version. They have been doing a banger job on these 50 years of Black Sabbath, remastered deluxe versions that come with a bunch of cool stuff in them. Check it out. Yeah! Rob Zombie is back with his brand new single and video for his song, The Eternal Struggle of the Howling Man, coming off his upcoming new album with a long and complicated title I'm not going to say. But Rob's always cool, we're cool with Rob. We can't wait to hear this whole new Rob Zombie album. So far it sounds pretty badass, like Old White Zombie. Wayne's World, party time, excellent. Wayne's World is back for Super Bowl Sunday. That's right, we got the teaser trailer for the Wayne's World Uber Eats commercial that's going to be shown during the Super Bowl this weekend. That's right, Mike Myers and Dana Carvey are back as Wayne and Garth, the iconic rock duo. We're super excited to see this commercial, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get that Wayne's World 3 happening. In more Super Bowl news, Metallica will play The Late Show with Stephen Colbert after the game is over, performing we don't know what yet. Maybe a new song, maybe a cover, maybe something else. Who knows? Pretty cool. Red alert, y'all! Matt Pike has given a new interview where he detailed all his projects and cool shit going on with all of them. High on Fire is in the studio right now recording a new album. He's working on a solo Matt Pike album. And he gave an update on Sleep, which is still on indefinite hiatus, but he said the guys are all on good terms, and drummer Jason Roeder, who you also know is in Neurosis, just moved to Portland, right near Matt. So that's really cool and big news from the stoner rock legend himself, and I hope we hear some new High on Fire music right away. At the Gates is wrapping up production on their brand new album, expected out later this year from Century Media Records. We're super stoked, we're big At the Gates fans. Guitarist Jonas Stahlhammer gave a new interview where he talked about them wrapping up the mixing and mastering. Of course, we just found out at press time that Thomas Lindberg is rejoining Locked Up as well, so he's staying busy during the pandemic. New At the Gates, new Lock Up. Super stoked for all this awesome melodic death metal and grindcore. Probably the single of the week, Chelsea Wolfe and Emma Ruth Rundle breaking the internet with their brand new song, Adenoia, out now on Sargent House. It's just like you would imagine. These two artists have toured together, and now they finally recorded a song together. It is incredible. Blood Clot is back, that's right, the hardcore supergroup featuring Cro-Mag's legend, John Joseph, a Cro-Mag's JM, has brought back his project Blood Clot. You know, the last time we talked about Blood Clot, we had interviewed the late, great Todd Youth, who passed away after we chatted with him. John wanted to bring this band back during the pandemic, but he felt like he needed a more local group of musicians. Tom Capone, formerly of Quicksand, Manny Carrera of Stillsuit, and Darren Morgenthaler of Madball and Maximum Penalty. Bruce Dickinson will co-host a tweet chat session and listening party for the 1984 Iron Maiden classic, Power Slave. We're super pumped about this and a great opportunity for Bruce to join host Tom Burgess and talk all about his background and backstory of making this incredible, iconic metal legend album. DC Comics is going death metal, that's right. We've been bringing you the news of DC Comics' ongoing series of music releases and animated comics, Dark Knights, death metal, Band Edition. And this is coming out where they're going to release now a series of comics with iconic metal legends like Ozzy Osbourne, Sepultura, Lacuna Coil, and more. Definitely want to check this out from DC. This is definitely tickling our geek funny bones. UK thrash metal band EVILE is back with their new single off their upcoming new album, Hell Unleashed, and they dropped the video for the title track. We've been bringing you the news that EVILE is teasing a comeback, now led by Shredder Aldrich as the lead vocalist and some other new members. We're super pumped up for this EVILE release. April is going to be a banger month for new metal albums. A band we don't talk a lot about here at Ghost Cult is Steel Panther, but they're doing an awesome thing. They have collaborated with 7 of their favorite concert photographers for an ongoing series of chats and special photo sets featuring the band, where they're going to help promote them and sell them to their fans. This is amazing. I can't shout this out enough, and I'm a little bit proud that our own Evil Rob Notches, Evil Rob Photography, is part of the series. Check it out. King Diamond himself has updated the fans on all his goings-on, including new music in the works from King Diamond, new music in the works from Merciful Fate. That's right, he's working with Hank Sherman on a new King Diamond album. He's working with the great Andy LaRocque on his new Merciful Fate record, The Institute Part 1 and 2, that is coming in the next few years. And more King stuff in the works. Hardcore band Terror is dropping a new album this year, Trapped in a World, which is going to be produced and actually guest starring Todd Jones, former Terror guitarist. You know Todd from his band Nails, which is also expected to drop some new music this year. Super cool for these guys to reunite and come back together like Voltron and make a new hardcore album. Terror puts about a new record out every couple of years, and they're always awesome. Hardcore legend Shaka Malik, you know him from Orange 9mm and Burn, has a new release out with his side project, Ghost Decibels. It's more of an electronic project than the hardcore you used to from him, but it is awesome. You definitely want to check out Haunted Houses right now on Bandcamp. NOFX is back with a brand new album coming later this month, and they're back with a new single, Fuck Euphemism. There goes our YouTube ranking. But yeah, Fuck Euphemism is out now. It's a very personal and political song for Fat Mike, the frontman of the band and leader of their label, Fat Records. And always good to have NOFX back doing the thing. Hardcore band CAPRA is dropping their brand new album soon via Blacklight Media Records, a subsidiary of Metal Blade, and they dropped a brand new single from their upcoming record, In Transmission. CAPRA is one of the most up-and-coming hardcore punk bands in the world right now, and you definitely want to get hype over this release. I shit you not. Unbelievable stories you can't make up. In a week of bum-out news, we had the very sad story of Dustin Diamond. You know him as Screech Powers from 90s iconic comedy show Saved by the Bell. He died this week at the age of 44 after a short battle with lung cancer. But did you know that his final wish, or one of his final wishes, was to meet Justin Chancellor of Tool? Apparently, Dustin was a Tool superfan, and he was planning on starting a Tool cover band, and he wanted to meet Justin and compare notes about songs. Super sorry this didn't get to happen for him, and we're super sad. Rest in peace, Dustin. Now for a look at Who Rules It Streaming. Who Rules It Streaming this week features 2 bands. First up, our pals in Joyous Wolf. Check out their awesome cover of Stone Temple Pilots' Interstate Love Song over on their Instagram TV account. We also have ENTHEOS over on Naveen Koperweiss's YouTube channel. The band covered the incredible Dying Fetus song Subjected to a Beating. In a word, brutal.
Now for a quick look at some of the music out this week for New Music Friday. Two Dreams Never Dreamt, Another Vivid Detail by Kingdom Records. Alcodil, Slonk, Consoling Sounds Records. Angelus Epitrita self-titled. Century Media Records. Appaloosa, The Holy of Holies, Ripple Music. Cult of Luna, The Raging River EP, Red Creek Recordings. Everdawn, Cleopatra, Sensory Records. Heave Blood and Die, Post People, Physic Format. Komatsu, Rose of Jericho, Heavy Psych Sounds. Corpiclani, Jella, Nuclear Blast Records. Misotheist, For the Glory of Your Redeemer, Van Recordings. Orcumentary, Fully Orchestrated, Self-Released. Revulsion Self-Titled, Transcending Obscurity. The Ruins of Beverast, The Thule Grimoires, Van Records. Sarin, You Can't Go Back, Prosthetic Records. Sea Sleeper, Nostophobia, Metal Assault Records. Sunseeker, Means to an NDP, Self-Released. Auditory, Rejoice in Suffering, Rack Pack Recordings. Transatlantic, the absolute universe, inside out music. And well, Joyous, I Prosheny, Church Road Recordings. And now for a look in our mailbag.
We have 2 items on the mailbag this week. First off, this awesome hat. That's right, I got this hat at the Save St. Vitus merch sale. That's right, normally I rock a trucker hat, but this baseball snapback is fresh. And obviously, we love St. Vitus Bar in Brooklyn, New York, and we want to keep them afloat for when shows and concerts come back. They have been a vital epicenter of metal culture. We bring you a message from the clergy. Ghost has released a Funko for Papa Emeritus 4, who we just saw his first performance ever last week on Swedish TV. This Papa 4 Ghost Funko is an exclusive at Hot Topic, and you can get it now. And it's badass. It's kind of like seeing the Star Wars toy before the Star Wars movie comes out. Rad. If you made it to this part of the show, you know what time it is. That's right, it's the end. Thanks so much for supporting Ghost Cult Mang and watching us. Please remember to like and subscribe. We deeply appreciate it. As we say every week at this juncture, it's a tough time in the world. So please, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and stay fucking metal.